If you're a teacher that loves bins and classroom organization as much as I do, then this video is for you. Today I would like to share with you my favorite bins and organizers from the Dollar Tree that I use in my classroom. Hello everyone, it's Kieran with Thrifted Living. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I have always loved bins and organization, and I've always really loved bins and organization in the classroom. So when I became a teacher, I knew that I wanted to use bins in my classroom. The Dollar Tree has definitely been a wonderful resource for classroom organization. If you're new to my channel, I'm an English as a New Language teacher, which was formerly called ESL in my state, English as a Second Language. I'm going into my 5th year teaching. I actually just got tenure this past June, which is so exciting. So I have been developing my classroom organization for the past 4 years. In those 4 years, I have definitely learned what bins and organizers work in my classroom and what bins and organizers don't work in my classroom. So today I thought it would be fun to share with you some of my favorite bins and organizers that I use in my classroom. To give you a better understanding of what I do and what kind of organizers I would need, let me tell you a little bit about my position and what I do. As I said earlier, I teach English as a New Language, kindergarten through 5th grade. Part of a typical day for me is spent within my classroom, and the other part of it is spent pushing into classrooms. So part of my organization systems need to work for a classroom setting, and the other part of my systems need to work for a traveling teacher setting. So I kind of have to have two different systems going on to make my day most effective. I wanted to share this video within my classroom, however my school is closed right now and I am unable to get in there to do any filming, but I did want to share this with you all earlier than later because I know there are a lot of new teachers out there that are trying to decide what bins and what organizers are best and most effective in their classrooms, so I decided to share it now with you all inside of my craft room at my house. I also have a classroom tour series that I did last summer, and I will link that above in a card so you guys can check that out. So if you would like to actually see what the setup is of my classroom and some of the bins that I have organized within like a video, within like a walk around kind of sharing space, then you can check out that playlist above and you can see what my classroom actually looks like. So now let me share with you some of my favorite bins and organizers from the Dollar Tree. If the video goes between light and dark, it's because the sun is going in and out behind the clouds, so just want to let you know that in advance. The first bin that I would like to share with you is one that I have seen at the Dollar Tree for a really long time. It seems like it's a staple of the Dollar Tree, and it is this stackable organizer right here. As you can see right on top, they have these little holes and you can get 2 or 3 or however many and stack them on top of one another. I think that these are great for book boxes. Now sometimes the Dollar Tree has book bins, like book bins for the kids to use, like for in different reading programs. You have the students pick out their books and they keep them in a book bin. And I know a lot of teachers that I work with enjoy these because they are a little wider and they are a little taller on the sides. I'm talking about this one as one of my favorite bins because it's one that I see other teachers use in my school quite often. However, my class isn't structured in a way where my students would have like their own book bins because they're only in my classroom for 36 minutes. So we're kind of just pulling things out and putting them back as we go. The Dollar Tree has these in several different colors. These are also great for a classroom library. I use these in one part of my room where the shelves are a little shorter, and these are a little shorter in height, which I think is kind of nice. And I also like that it has a more shallow side right here so that you can really see the books a little better. These might not be great if you have a really large class since they are a little wider, and the book bins that the Dollar Tree was most recently selling are probably only to like here, but it's kind of, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. These are a little wider, those are a little more narrow, but maybe a little more sturdy. So I think it really depends on your classroom and your size and how much space you actually have in your classroom. I think these are great and that the colors are also nice too. The next type of bin is one that I use most frequently in my classroom, and I absolutely love these bins. I'll get a little closer so you can see the front. So it has like these lines right here. I think they're called locker bins, I'm pretty sure. I absolutely love using these in my room. I use these in several different areas. I actually have it in this color and in green. I have like an around the world kind of theme in my classroom, and so I kind of do the blue and the green for like the ocean and the land. I mainly use these to organize my classroom library and my mentor texts. I have an entire section of mentor texts that I keep away from the kids. I do bring them down for each unit in my program. We have units of study and they're thematic, so I will bring them down and I'll organize them in my little display shelf for my kids to be able to look at and be able to take during like individual reading time while I'm working with another small group. So they do have access to the mentor text. However, I need them to stay organized. I need to know where all of these texts are. It's important for me to be able to access those books when I need them, so that's why they don't generally go right into my classroom library, and I keep them separated. So I love using these, and I even was using one of these for traveling. As I said earlier, I'm a traveling teacher, and I was using one of these for traveling for quite a while this year. I would take everything that I needed for a particular group and I would carry it down the hall and I'd put it on my shoulder like this. I think I have a picture of me doing that. I did that until one of my very kind, very generous colleagues gave me a cart that she wasn't using, and it changed my life. I absolutely love that cart, which it was just such a generous gift, and it came at the perfect time. And I have an entire organization system in my teacher cart because I'm a traveling teacher. I have a teacher cart, and I would love to share that with you guys. So leave a comment below if you would like to see my traveling teacher cart video. Back to the original story. I use these for mentor text and to organize my classroom library. I absolutely love them. They're fairly sturdy. I like how they have almost like a matte finish to them. They're not shiny. The Dollar Tree also has these in like dry erase and they're super shiny, but I just don't really like that. So I get them in the matte and the blue. The set of them I have in my classroom right now, I've had in there for like 2 years or so. It's been quite a while and they're still holding up great. So I love these. I think these are a great investment for organizing your classroom. Plus they come in a ton of cute colors. The next organizer I think is a necessity in all classrooms. This is just a shallow bin. This one has like a wire type appearance. It's not wire, it's plastic, but it kind of gives you that vibe. I use this as a turn-in bin in my classroom, and this is necessary for me because when I have students come to my classroom, I will work with them for as much as we can for those 36 minutes that I have them in my room, and then we line up quick and we run back to class because I have to get another class or they have to go to special. This is very handy because my students know that when we leave the classroom, whatever they're working on goes right in here, so I can check it right after they leave. I find this very helpful because my students know as soon as I say it's time to line up that they drop whatever they're working on in here. It could be papers, it could be their composition notebooks, it could be anything really, and they just drop it right in here and then I'm able to check it. And I know and they know that this is where their work goes. So I love using a turn-in bin in my classroom. It just keeps everything organized and it helps the students know the routine, and it helps you know the routine too, because sometimes when you're running out of class trying to get your students back, it can be a little hectic. By the way, leave a comment below if you are an ESL teacher or a special area teacher or a teacher that doesn't have a classroom but works with students, you know, during the day or travels. Leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. I love these bins. I like how they're a bigger size. They had them in several different colors, but I picked it up in blue. The next bin is something that I really love using in my classroom, and they are these little organizers, these little basket organizers. If you can see, they have 3 to a pack. They have like lines right here. I want to call it fencing, but that's not what it is, but it like reminds me of a fence. I love using these in my classroom to organize pens and pencils and colored pencils and different manipulatives that students are using. I like to take them and actually separate them out and clip them together with binder rings, so then you can just leave it on a table and then have everything right there. I like having them clipped together because it gives it a little more stability. A couple things that I want to mention about this is that the Dollar Tree does have different items that come in packs of like 2 or 3. Definitely get those if you can. It's the better deal, obviously, than just getting one. And these are great for desk organization as well. If you have a teacher desk, which I'm pretty sure you probably do, or a teacher space, these are great for organization as well, which leads me into my next favorite item from the Dollar Tree for organization. So let's just jump right into that. These next items have definitely been one of my favorite products from the Dollar Tree. I swear by these. I can highly, highly, highly recommend them to you. And they are these organizers right here. So if they are actually called the drawer organizer, these have been one of my absolute favorite organizers. I have absolutely loved using these in my desk. I got these my second year teaching, I want to say, to organize my desk, and guys, I never looked back. These are incredible. They come in a million different sizes. I mean, if I had to guess, they come in probably 7 or 8 different sizes. I only picked up 4 to share with you guys. There's this long one here, tiny little ones like this, more square shaped ones like this that are a little bigger, and then some rectangular ones. But I do think they had at least 4 other kinds at the store. I love using these to organize my desk, and these fit like a glove inside of my desk. The great thing is you can get as many or as few as you need. They really do fit into a variety of spaces. They also have like a rubber grip on the inside, and they have little rubber feet on the bottom. I love, love, love using these. I actually got them in black for my classroom, so they look a little different than this. I'm pretty sure they have them in white, red, and black, at least at my Dollar Tree they do. And I absolutely love these for organizing my desk. I would love to share a video video with you guys of how I have my desk organized. However, I am going to change desks. I'm getting rid of the desk I have now and I'm opting for a table instead. So I'm going to have to do a completely different series on that for you guys. I'm sure I will make use of these that I have in my room somehow because they work wonderfully, and I love how they just fit in such a tight space and they provide so many different ways to organize. I think for a first-year teacher, getting something like that in your space to get it organized is a good investment. And if you happen to switch schools, you can always bring these items with you. So I think it's a good investment for a first-year teacher. The next item I would like to share with you is one that I absolutely love using in my classroom. I think I said earlier in the video that I have like a cabinet or like a shelving system that's built into my classroom. It's built into the floor and it has like a weird height to the shelf. Bins like this one don't fit in that space. So I actually use bins like this in that space and they work so nicely. First of all, they're a little more shallow than those ones, and so they do have it's a better height for my space in my classroom. And I also love the fact that they have this pull on them. It just makes it so convenient for me. They also have some space right here for putting a label on them. So what I do with these is I can take this and organize my decodable readers, the books that are generally a little smaller or easier to bend, and I just stick them right in here with the different topic that we're addressing on there, and I can just pull it out. I absolutely love these, and the pull is absolutely wonderful. I mean, it is a plastic pull, so don't yank it out, you know, and don't feel these too heavy with things. But if you're looking for something to fit in a space that's a little oddly shaped, I would definitely go with a product like this. As a new teacher, you're going to find that there are things that work in your classroom and there are things that don't work in your classroom. And you're also going to find that there are things that work for certain groups of students and things that don't work for certain students. And I love using bins like this for those groups of students that cannot share anything at all. Now, it is important to teach students how to share. However, if you have a group that is having an off day and they don't want to share their crayons or they don't want to share their markers or their colored pencils, having something like this is great. Again, it's a 4-pack, so that's a great deal for $1. I think that's a pretty good deal. You can also use these to organize manipulatives. You can organize individual centers with this. I love using these tiny little organizers for organizing manipulatives for students to use during a guided reading group or during a specific activity during a different center. I think it's great. I love this little size for individual use. I love being able to say to my students, here is your bin. These are your tools that you're going to use today. You can even take a little label and put their name on it and have it be like their bin for the day, or even their bin for the whole year. And I like it because it also coordinates with these like bigger bins, like they kind of match. These are a little shinier than these, but it all kind of goes together if you want to have that one cohesive look, cohesive color scheme in your classroom. So I like using these for individual work, whether it's guided reading or within a center. I think that these are great. Plus they're 4 for $1, which is an amazing deal. The next couple organizers are ones you guys have seen me haul before, and they are these organizers right here. They are these like lock top, that's what they call them. I couldn't remember what they were called. They are the lock top bins. These are great for a set of cards. These are great for a pack of crayons. These are great for dice. These are great for manipulatives. Any tiny little thing that you need. Again, kind of like these, they're also good for individual work if you want your students to have a set of magnetic letters, for example. These are great for that. I can't emphasize this enough. Getting more for $1 is always the best thing you can do, and these are called bonus buys. They don't always have them, but when they do, I like to snatch them up. I love using these in my classroom, again, for that individual piece where students need their own set to be able to do work on a particular topic. And this is the new product that I was so excited about when I found it at the Dollar Tree like last week. It was very, very recently. It is the lock top sandwich container. I am thrilled for this. It is a bigger size, obviously, than this guy right here. I am so excited about this because I love to play card games with my students. I teach them a ton of card games at the beginning of the year, and then we just mix them up for whatever topic we're working on. For example, we work a lot on short vowels. I will teach them one short vowel at a time. So I'll teach them one game and we'll play it for the short vowel, the short A sound. And then the next unit, I can have them play the same exact game, but it's with the short E sound. So I'm able to take these bins and organize all of those card games for each different section, for each different category. And I haven't done this yet, but I'm planning on doing it this year. I can also label them right here so I know exactly what game it is. Let me share with you what label I'm going to use for these. If you watched my Dollar Tree pantry organization, then you've already seen these labels before. These are my favorite labels, and as you can see, they're clear right here and they have like cardstock behind them, and you can just take out the cardstock, write whatever you need on it, and then plop it in there, and it's going to be the perfect size. Look guys, It's going to fit perfectly. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I have 2 more organizers to share with you guys. I just love all of the organizers at the Dollar Tree. The next ones are these ones, and they are these really nice, really sturdy, stackable organizers. I have a center in my classroom that's like my iPad, my listening center. I have cassette players there, believe it or not. No shame. No shame in the nostalgic educational finds. They're good. They're good. I have like a whole section of cassettes and books, like in books on cassette that my kids listen to. They're learning the classics. I like using these to organize my headphones. That's just one way that you can use these. You can use these to organize supplies or manipulatives. I mean, it's really endless. Any of these things can be used in 100 different ways. And we're finally at the last item. The last thing I would like to share with you is a hamper. And I actually use a hamper to organize reading buddies. What I do is I have a section above my desk, well, it's above where my desk is right now, that I have all of these plush animals that are from books. Like I have Rainbow Fish, Berenstain Bears. I have If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, If You Give a Moose a Muffin. I have plush animals for several different stories, and a lot of them came from the Kohl's Care line that you can actually get at Kohl's. Kohl's introduces these characters every once in a while, and my mom actually got a ton of them for me for Christmas one year because I just love them. And oh my gosh, guys, some of the cutest moments that I've had with my students are with those little plush animals. Oh, they're just so sweet. I don't care who you are, boy or girl, if you have a little character and you connect with them in a story and then you actually get to hold them and read to them, it's just the sweetest. My kids absolutely love them, and usually my students don't want to give them up at the end of our time together. They just love them that much. So what I do is I will take them off the shelf for each unit where we address the specific character, and I'll put them in here so that my students can access them during center time where they get to read to the buddies. In one unit I use the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie and If You Give a Moose a Muffin series by Laura Numeroff. I use that as a mentor text, and so during that unit I'll take the characters down off the shelf from those stories and put them in here. And so when my students choose the Reading Buddy Center, they'll actually be able to take the buddy right out of here and be able to use it. I don't have to go grab it and bring it down. I can just sit them right in here, and they know where they are, and they also know where they go back into, because that is a critical part of a clean classroom, is having routines and having the students know where everything is supposed to go. I love using a hamper in my classroom. Again, it could have a ton of different uses, but I use it for reading buddies. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of my favorite bins and organizers from the Dollar Tree that I use in my classroom. If you're a teacher as well, leave me a comment below and let me know some of your favorite bins and organizers. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Thrifted Living. And if you don't have an Instagram but would like to stay up to date with what I'm doing, you can follow me on Facebook at Thrifted Living page. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!